My name's Zach, and for the first question, my original idea for research paper 2 was do a paper about Jackie Robinson and media representation, but I decided not to do that because I didn't want to focus too much on Jackie Robinson, and because I kind of did that for my first paper. For question number 2, once I had my theme, the process of completing this assignment was I first did some research and figured out what sources I was going to use and how I was going to write the paper together. For question number 3, my research paper 1 was about Jackie Robinson and racism in sports and how he changed it and African Americans in baseball. The 3 terms I used for this was ethnic racism, systemic racism, and media representation. For question number 4, a summary about my research paper 2 was about women in sports and the inequalities they go through and the unfairness between the men sports, like the unfair pay and many other reasons, and how media doesn't represent them well. For question number 5, I did provide a thesis for both of my papers, but I would say for research paper 2, my thesis was way stronger, and that my first thesis was not that good. For question number 6, the thing I learned from doing these papers is I learned more about women in sports, and I also learned that you should all do a lot of research about your topic and pick a topic that you're interested in. For number 7, these are some of the images that represents the papers I wrote. For number 8, the things I learned through this assignment was not to waste time on these papers and not to rush it. I also learned to pick my topics wisely and pick the ones that I have interest in. The struggles occurred when doing my paper is that I did not spend enough time researching, and I rushed doing these papers. For number 10, I would definitely spend more time on these papers, and I will do more research about my topics. For question number 11, I didn't spend enough time on this paper. I spent roughly around 4 hours total, which is not enough for all the research I done and writing the whole paper. For number 12, the advice I would give someone who's going to write this paper is to take time picking a topic and don't rush through this assignment, and also pick a topic that interests you, that motivates you to write, and that you care about.